Number 3.
So this is making the capsules in order to swallow. I've seen them made like this. So this is a press to just compress the cocaine in order to make the capsule. In this instance, they're wrapping them in condoms, which is quite often how they're made. I would say a very high risk way of trafficking cocaine. And depending on the person's stomach, generally you're talking about 800 grams to 1200 grams, so around a kilo that they'll swallow.
¿Cuántas llevo?
23.
Ugh. I never sent people this way. A, I didn't want somebody ending up dead on my account, and B, it was quite risky, well, highly risky. They all tell you that the capsules are 100% safe. There's no way they can split, all sorts of stuff to get you to swallow them. Whereas in reality, you stand a high chance of them bursting. When I was in Ecuador, it was in the news. A couple of people had swallowed capsules that had burst, and they'd been found dead. Drug trafficking can be portrayed as being glamorous. A lot of it is not very glamorous at all. It's a pretty gruesome trade.
On March 14, 2012, a 52-year-old female identified as Bola Adebisi arrived at the Dulles International Airport, Virginia, on Ethiopian Airlines flight number 500, originating from Nigeria. Upon her arrival to the United States Customs and Border Protection officers referred Adebisi to a secondary inspection area where Adebisi provided an incomplete customs entry form, with no United States address listed. Adebisi was unable to provide an address in the United States. Add that her travel purpose was to visit her brother, an individual Adebisi identified as Chris Johnson. Adebisi was also unable to describe what her brother looked like. CBP officers conducted a physical pat-down of Adebisi and sensed that her abdominal area was abnormally rigid. Adebisi agreed to have abdominal X-rays. CBP officers transported Adebisi to a local hospital where she consented to X-rays which revealed the presence of foreign bodies in her abdomen. Adebisi was admitted into the hospital and expelled almost 5 pounds in pellets or almost 2 kilograms of heroin. 180 heroin pellets were considered extraordinary and among the highest ever swallowed by an individual. Adebisi pleaded guilty to drug trafficking and was sentenced to 3 years of imprisonment with credit to time served. On June 27, 2013, traveler Luis Mesquita arrived at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport from Guatemala City, Guatemala. Mesquita was referred to the Customs Secondary Inspection Area and interviewed by Customs officers admitting to ingesting approximately 75 pellets containing an unknown substance prior to boarding his flight. Mesquita subsequently consented to an X-ray examination and was admitted into a local hospital for further proceedings. According to court documentation, Mesquita said he agreed to swallow the unknown drugs in exchange for $4,000, to be paid after his arrival to New York City and successfully passing the pellets. Mesquita added he had traveled to the U.S. previously and admitted to delivering drugs internally on at least one prior occasion. Eventually, Mesquita excreted a total of 75 pellets for a total of 1,200 grams of a substance which field tested positive to heroin. Mesquita was federally charged for drug importation and initially sentenced to almost 6 years of imprisonment, later reduced on appeal to about 4 years and a half.
if you put it in a condom, and me like that, and I put it in my bum. Going to the airport, I wasn't nervous. Once the drugs are inside you, you don't feel it. You just gotta forget about it. But there's always a risk. If you look like you're smuggling, you're gonna get caught. You're going on holiday, wear a flowery shirt, wear glasses and just make eye contact. You don't look down, you have a bit of banter with them or this, that, the other. And that's it, and that's the way you do it. Get to Malta, thought right, I'm gonna get it out me now. Go to the toilet, and it wasn't there. Because I'd been sat in it for that long, it was in my stomach. Well, I had to push it out. And when I pushed it out, it's actually gone under. And I've had to put my hand in the toilet. Couldn't find it. Washed it and they walked through, that was it.
On April 9, 2021, Yerlina Lantigua Hernandez de Nova landed at the John F. Kennedy International Airport in Queens, New York, aboard a JetBlue flight originating from the Dominican Republic. Upon disembarking, Hernandez de Nova was subject to a random screening inspection process by customs officers. During the initial customs officers found 3 pellets containing a white powdery substance in her purse. Because of those pellets, customs officers then conducted a pat-down of Hernandez de Nova and removed another 70 pellets from her bra. Subsequently, Hernandez de Nova admitted to secreting more pellets into her vagina and anus. Hernandez de Nova then removed another 12 pellets from her vagina and passed 6 pellets from her anal cavity. 4 pellets originating each from her purse, bra, vagina, and anal cavity tested positive for cocaine. Hernandez de Nova was then transported to a medical facility where X-rays revealed pellets remained in her anal cavity but negative to elsewhere in her body. Finally, Hernandez de Nova had a total of 91 pellets with a combined weight of over 1 kilogram of cocaine. She pleaded guilty and was sentenced in the Eastern District of New York to time served.
A surgically implanted or placed within a body cavity improvised explosive device, IED, is an explosive device hidden inside the body of a person in order to commit a suicide attack. This type of terrorist weapon, known as a body cavity bomb, BCB, or body cavity suicide bomb, BCSB, is only known to have been used twice, both failed assassination attempts. This placement option is conceptually derived from contraband smuggling through airports and into prisons. If illegal drugs are being carried inside the human body to escape screening and detection, then internally carried explosive devices for terrorist use should also conceivably be an option. In August 2009, Abdullah al-Asiri tried to assassinate Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Nayef with a bomb, later identified as a body cavity bomb, BCB. Assisted by his older brother, he hid a pound, 0.5 kilograms, of PTN plastic explosives in his anal canal. He had passed through a metal detector and remained in the security of the prince's bodyguards for over 24 hours before gaining an audience with the prince. Using a mobile phone signal, he blew himself up. However, Prince Mohammed bin Nayef escaped with only minor injuries.
After 2 years, a terrorist faced justice today. The Nigerian man known as the underwear bomber was sentenced to life in prison for attempting to blow up a jetliner on Christmas Day 2 years ago. As the courtroom saw a video of what would have happened if the explosives had worked. ABC Senior Justice Department correspondent Pierre Thomas following the developments for us tonight.
2, 1.
This is how Umar Farouk Abu Muttalib planned to kill himself and all 289 passengers aboard a commercial flight over Detroit on Christmas Day 2009. This FBI video was designed to show the true power of Abu Muttalib's underwear bomb. Watching the video at his sentencing today, Abu Muttalib yelled in Arabic, "God is great," and he said in a statement to the judge, "I am proud to kill in the name of God."
The only thing that prevented the defendant from being successful that day was his own bad luck.
Abu Muttalib's goal, maximum destruction. He sat in seat 19A near the left wing, close to an 11,000-gallon fuel tank. The only reason he did not kill everyone on board is because the bomb's detonator malfunctioned. Prosecutors bluntly say Abu Muttalib is an unrepentant mass murderer who would try to kill again if given the chance.